Hello, CrossFit Linchpin. Monday, June 3rd, 2019. Before we get started, just thanks. Thanks to all of you out there. Thanks for being a part of the community. Thanks for choosing a harder path, in my opinion, which is a path of variance where we don't avoid things because they're uncomfortable, where we pay attention to the basics, where we don't just do things that are flashy on Instagram, where we just aren't afraid to grind, and that pays off long term. And also, thank you for not getting caught up in the more is better. I don't even know what you want to call that. I feel like it's a disease that's permeating through the community, and people are just working out far more than they need to for no reason whatsoever, and beating themselves down with some heavy bias every week that I think will be very detrimental to living a long, healthy life. So, all of you have chosen a different path. Obviously, one that I believe is a better, more healthy, more beneficial path of embracing fitness. And I appreciate that. And thank you for putting your trust in me. And if you haven't signed up for the CrossFit Linchpin Private Track Facebook group, make sure you do that. It's fantastic. You can connect from people from all around the world and just have an absolute blast and really experience what our community has to offer. And it's a great place to exchange ideas, bounce questions off people, and there's a lot of good stuff happening there. On to the programming. As I said, Monday, June 3rd, we've got a classic CrossFit workout today. Not a barbell in sight, and this one doesn't come up too frequently. And I think it doesn't come up too frequently based upon all those things I just said during the intro. It just doesn't look flashy on Instagram. It's JT. It's 21:15:9 reps for time, handstand push-ups, ring dips, and push-ups. There's a tremendous amount of interference in this workout. You're pushing in every conceivable direction, and that's exactly what makes it just so nasty. I have it written that you can do it individually, or you can do it as a two-person team. If you're going to do it as a two-person team, we're just doubling the reps. It's 42, 30, then 18 reps for time. Handstand push-up, ring dip, and push-up. And if doing it as the two-person team, let's say myself and a partner were doing it, then 3, 2, 1, go. We have to get through 42 handstand push-ups just as a two-person team. I could do 10, they do 10, I do 10, they do 10, and we do that until we get to 42 total. Maybe one person is amazing. They knock out 21 unbroken, and the next person does 21 unbroken. You get to your 42. So you can divvy up those reps, and it doesn't have to be distributed equally. That's up to the pair. Maybe one person does 30 of the 42 handstand push-ups, and the other person does 12. But you just have to get to 42. Then you would go on to 42 ring dips, play that same game. 42 push-ups, play that same game, and then 30, then 18. So it's going to be good. Here is the next little twist that I'll put onto this, just depending upon where you are in your journey of fitness. If you can, then you should try to do this strict. Okay? It's consider it a heavy day where you're building strength, but a gymnastics with a gymnastics twist to it. If you can do it strict, fantastic. And if you have never done it strict before, then hey, you'll get a new PR, regardless of what the time is. And if you have to kip it, by all means, kip it. But there's also plenty of middle ground on that. You know, let's say you're doing the 21:15:9, the individual version. Maybe you try to go strict while you're still a little fresh on the sets of 21, and then you kip the sets of 15, and then maybe you also kip the sets of 9. Or maybe you do the 21 strict, and then the 15 kip, and then the 9 strict. Or maybe you divvy it up even more so. You know, a set of 21 could be broken down into 3 sets of 7. So maybe you do 7 strict, 14 kipping for the handstand push-ups. 7 strict on the ring dips, 14 kipping. Gets you to the 21, and you play that game. So you could even chop up the different sections there. And now, what somebody might say is, okay, that sounds cool, but then I'm confused when I go to log it. How exactly should I log it so that it's perfect? Well, you can log it in the notes as to what you did, but I don't think, if some difficulty in logging the workout prevents you from doing it in a way that is beneficial to your long-term fitness, and I think you have your priorities backwards. So do the workout in the way that is an appropriate challenge for where you are, and then we'll figure out a way to log it. But don't let that be the impediment that holds you back. We have videos showing a strict handstand push-up, strict ring dip, as well as a push-up. Super fitness robot times. These are mine from the historical data on Beyond the Whiteboard. 9 minutes or less for men, 10 minutes and 45 seconds or less for women. That's the super fitness robot time. More likely time, probably 13 minutes or less for men, 15 minutes or less for women. If that seems unrealistic, you might want to consider scaling. The scaled option, 9 rounds for time, 5 shoulder press, 5 bar dips or dips off the side of a bench, and 5 push-ups, or you could make them knee push-ups if you want to. The shoulder press I have written down is 65 pounds for the men, 45 pounds for the women. But a little bit more weight might make sense for you, or potentially a little bit less weight. And we have a video there showing the shoulder press. So that scaled option will get you the same overall number of repetitions, 45 of each, of roughly the same movements. It's just another great way to do it. Limited equipment option. You don't need any equipment today. So the limited equipment option is the same as the workout of the day. It's JT. 21, 15, 9 reps for time, handstand push-up, ring dip, and the push-up. Accessory work, optional as always. The accessory work, it should add to what you're doing. Okay, if the regular workout is enough for you and it's quite taxing, you don't need to then put yourself through more work, at least not right now. Allow yourself to build up to what's happening in just the regular workout of the day. But if you're at that point where you feel like you're ready to have some extra accessory work, that's when you should do it. And maybe when you first start doing it, cut it in half or just do a little bit of it. Maybe just jumping all the way in might be a bit too much, but that's a decision you'll have to make just based upon where you are. The accessory work for today, accumulate 1 to 2 minutes in the L-sit. And we say 1 to 2, depending upon whether you're new to the accessory work or you've been doing it for a while. And then shoulder press, 3 sets of 10. And we have a video for both of those movements. Cool down and stretching. Cool down is 5 to 15 minutes of casual walking, jogging, biking, or rowing, whatever your schedule permits. If you can get in the 15 minutes, great. If you can get in only 5, it's far better than nothing. And we have the PVC front rack stretch, 1 minute per side, video showing that. And then the lats and chest stretch, basically hanging on the bar, holding for 1 to 2 minutes, will also build some nice grip strength. And we have a video for that as well. So once again, thanks to everybody for being a part of the CrossFit Linchpin community, and we'll get after it again tomorrow.